quiet desperation of the average life is the most brutal cage ever built. It is silent and comfortable, a slow erosion of the soul disguised as stability. This cage is not made of steel bars, but of soft compromises of daily routine built around fear of risk and an obsessive pursuit of ease. It is a life lived in rehearsal where the true performance is perpetually delayed until tomorrow, until the timing is right, until the feeling is there. But the feeling never arrives. The right timing is a myth. The truth is your life is not a dress rehearsal, and the greatest danger you face is not failure, but the absolute certainty of regret born from never having truly started. Most men live by subtraction. They subtract challenge, they subtract discomfort, they subtract the necessary friction that forges a strong life. They seek the line of least resistance, believing the easiest path is the best. They optimize for comfort, for immediate gratification, for the lowest possible heart rate. They have traded the vast dynamic territory of their potential for a small, predictable, and air-conditioned room. They wake up at the precise time to avoid the rush. They eat the precise meals to maintain the safe weight. They talk the precise words to avoid conflict. They are masters of the manageable and slaves to the mundane. They are not living, they are merely existing in a state of suspended animation, waiting for a permission slip to greatness that will never be issued. You have been given a singular, relentless fire, inside you a hunger for something more, a deep knowing that you were made for an epic journey, not a commute. This fire is your ultimate compass and is suffocated by the very comfort you chase. Comfort is the invisible assassin of ambition. It whispers seductive lies telling you to rest when you should be running to pause, when you should be pushing to stay, when you should be striking out into the unknown. It offers a temporary truce with life's demands, but exacts a permanent price on your spirit. You cannot build a colossal legacy from a foundation of softness. Steel is forged in heat, not in a warm bath. To become the man you were meant to be, you must declare war on your own convenience. You must make peace with the grind. The grind is not a penalty, it is the privilege of a man dedicated to mastery. It is the unglamorous, repetitive, and brutal work that happens when no one is watching, when the lights are off and the motivation is gone. The grind is the negotiation you have with your own weakness, and the price of entry is non-negotiable. You must pay in full with sweat, with exhaustion, with early mornings and late nights. You must choose the pain of discipline over the pain of disappointment. The choice is always the same. Suffer now and stand tall later, or choose ease now and live with a crippling sense of what could have been. Your character is not built in the highlights, it is forged in the shadows of difficult decisions. Every time you choose the heavier weight, the earlier alarm, the harder conversation, the more focused effort, you're not just building a skill, you are building integrity. You are proving to yourself, the one person who truly matters, that you are reliable, that your word is law to yourself, that you are a force that shows up regardless of the feeling. Most people wait for motivation to show up. Warriors create their own motivation by moving. Movement is the antidote to analysis paralysis. It breaks the spell of overthinking and anchors you in reality. The moment of transformation is rarely a lightning strike of sudden inspiration. It is the cumulative weight of thousands of unnoticed decisions to simply show up and do the work. It is the unsexy dedication to the process when the results are nowhere in sight. You are not waiting for a sign, you are the sign. You are not waiting for the world to notice you, you are earning the right to be undeniable. The world does not reward potential, it rewards execution. Stop planning to be great, start acting great. The distance between who you are and who you want to be is measured only by action. Burn the bridges of retreat. Commit fully. The true measure of a man is not what he accomplishes when everything is easy, but how he responds when his back is against the wall, and the only way out is through a wall of fire. Your inner dialogue determines your outcome. Are you listening to the voice of comfort, the voice that tells you to wait, to rationalize, to make excuses? Or are you listening to the primal, undeniable roar of the conqueror that lives deep within your bones? The conqueror doesn't ask for permission, and he doesn't negotiate with his own duties. He simply does what must be done. He understands that duty and discipline are not restrictions, they are the highest form of freedom. They free you from the tyranny of mood, from the fickle nature of fleeting motivation, from the prison of your own soft excuses. Discipline is not about punishment, it is about profound self-respect. It is the declaration that your goals are more important than your temporary feelings. Stop admiring the success of others and start building your own. Their success is simply the visible result of years of invisible labor. You are seeing the harvest, but you do not see the brutal work of the planting season. Now is your planting season. Now is the time for silent, intense, uncompromising effort. No shortcuts, no excuses, only the work. You do not need a new strategy, you need a greater commitment. You do not need more information, you need massive application. The greatest barrier to your achievement is not external resistance, but your own internal hesitation. Break the cycle. Choose the pain. Choose the ascent. The peak is earned, not given, and the only currency accepted is relentless, unwavering action. The fear of being judged is a virus that cripples potential. It is the insidious need for external validation that turns a bold individual into a timid conformist. Most people allow the unearned opinions of others to dictate the scope of their ambition and the boundaries of their effort. They build their lives not to satisfy their own deep purpose, but to satisfy the superficial approval of a crowd that will forget them tomorrow. This is the death of originality and the surrender of personal sovereignty. If you live for the approval of others, you will die from their rejection. You must internalize the understanding that the moment you choose a path of high achievement and uncompromising self-mastery, you automatically disqualify yourself from fitting in. Greatness is inherently isolating because it demands a level of focus and sacrifice that the majority is unwilling to make. The people who are content to drift will always resent the person who chooses to steer. Their criticism is not a reflection of your worth, but a projection of their own unfulfilled potential and their own fear of change. Let their doubt fuel you. Let their misunderstanding be the sound of the door closing on your old life. Your mission is not to be liked, it is to be undeniable. The greatest battle you will ever fight is the war against your own mind, against the endless loop of analysis and self-doubt. The mind is a brilliant servant, but a terrible master. If left unchecked, it will generate infinite excuses and fabricate catastrophic scenarios designed to keep you safe, small, and predictable. This is the primal mechanism of self-preservation gone haywire. Your brain is hardwired to conserve energy and avoid discomfort. Your soul is hardwired to seek growth and conquer limitations. The space between these two forces is where true character is forged. You must learn the art of ruthless mental management. This means you do not wait for the perfect feeling to act. You do not negotiate with the alarm clock. You do not deliberate with the voice that says you are not ready or not enough. That voice is a ghost, a mere echo of past insecurities. When it speaks, you do not listen, you act against it. Action is the ultimate intellectual bulldozer. It demolishes doubt and clears the path for clarity. Clarity does not precede action, it follows it. You figure things out not by thinking more, but by doing more. The concept of the easy way out is the ultimate delusion. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Every single man you admire, every empire that has lasted, every skill that has been mastered is the direct result of a crushing accumulation of hours of purposeful effort. There is a sacred arithmetic to achievement. The years of unseen labor multiplied by unwavering commitment equals a visible breakthrough. You must respect this process. You must fall in love with the middle of the story, the messy, boring, difficult part where nothing looks like it is working. That middle is the crucible of character. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is an essential component of it. Failure is data. It is a necessary friction that reveals the weaknesses in your plan and the gaps in your execution. The only true failure is the failure to participate, the failure to put your ideas into the field and test them against the uncompromising reality of the world. A man who has never failed is a man who has never truly tried. He has optimized for safety, not for greatness. Embrace the wound, the scar, the humiliation, because these are the etchings of experience, the proof that you played the game at its highest level. The scar is the trophy, the quiet testament to the battles you survived. You must cultivate an intolerance for mediocrity, starting with your own actions. Mediocrity is not a sudden accident, it is a slow, deliberate choice, repeated daily. It is the choice to do just enough to get by, to meet the minimum requirement, and nothing more. It is the silent agreement to surrender your own exceptionalism. The great men of history did not aim for the acceptable, they aimed for the absolute ceiling of human capability. Your standards must be mercilessly high. You must demand more from yourself than anyone else dares to demand from you. Your effort must not be relative to the competition, it must be absolute relative only to your potential. The scarcity mindset is a self-imposed prison. Most people are operating from a belief system that there's not enough time, not enough resources, not enough opportunity. They approach life as a zero-sum game, fighting over scraps when they should be focused on creating their own abundant feast. The truth is opportunity is everywhere for the man who is prepared, relentless, and possesses the vision to seize it. Your success is not limited by the market, it is limited by your own imagination and your willingness to execute on a grand scale. Stop waiting for permission to be wealthy, to be powerful, to be free. The resources follow the man who is already moving with certainty. Your ultimate power is your ability to choose your response to any circumstance. Life will throw chaos at you. It will be unfair, it will be cruel, it will be relentless. You cannot control the event, but you are the undisputed sovereign of your reaction. Will you react as a victim blaming external forces for your stasis? Or will you respond as a warrior viewing every obstacle as a specialized training regimen designed specifically for your growth? The victim asks, "Why me?" The warrior asks, "What now, and how can this make me stronger?" The power of a man is measured by the size of the challenge he can absorb and transmute into fuel. You are not defined by what happens to you, you are defined by what you choose to do next. You are constantly negotiating with reality, and the only tool you possess is relentless focus. Most men suffer from a crippling epidemic of divided attention. They are spectators in their own lives, fragmented by 1,000 distractions, 1,000 notifications, 1,000 trivial calls on their time. They mistake busyness for productivity and motion for progress. They are always reacting, never initiating. The world does not reward the scattered mind, it yields only to the man who can sustain an intense and uncompromising concentration on a singular, high-value target. The ability to focus is the highest form of self-control. It is the deliberate exclusion of the irrelevant. It requires a brutal audit of your time, your environment, and your commitments. You must become a gatekeeper of your own attention, defending it like a fortress under siege. If it does not contribute directly to your dominant mission, it is a threat. If it pulls you into superficiality, it is a distraction and attacks on your energy. The moments you spend scrolling, consuming, or engaging in low-impact activities are not neutral. They are actively eroding the sharpness of your mind and the urgency of your purpose. True power is not loud, it is surgical. It is the deep work done in silence, the hours spent mastering a craft while the world sleeps. This is where the gap is created between the man who dreams and the man who dominates. The power lies in the deliberate scheduling of inconvenience. You must engineer your life to force yourself into high-intensity, demanding tasks. You must choose the cold water over the warm shower, the difficult book over the easy, watch the creation over the consumption. This self-imposed pressure is the engine of sustained growth. There is a profound difference between working hard and working with intensity. Hard work is effort. Intensity is focus power. Intensity is the complete immersion into the task at hand, where the outside world ceases to exist and all available mental and emotional resources are deployed on a single point. This is the state of flow, the zone of peak performance, where time warps and the output is exponential. You do not drift into this state, you demand it. You command your mind to lock onto the objective and refuse to release until the mission is accomplished. That intensity is the signature of a champion. You must build a ritualized life, a structure of discipline that eliminates the need for daily decision-making on crucial tasks. Willpower is finite, but habit is infinite. Stop relying on fleeting motivation and build systems that make the desired action the path of least resistance. Your morning routine is not a suggestion, it is a declaration of intent for the entire day. The first hour of your day should be a fortress of non-negotiable actions that align you with your highest purpose. If you win the morning, you set the tone for victory. If you surrender the morning to distraction or laziness, you have already lost the day and compromised your future self. Your integrity is your most valuable asset, and it is forged in the small, unseen promises you keep to yourself. Every time you say you will do something, and then you actually do it, especially when it is difficult, you are reinforcing the fundamental belief in your own reliability. Conversely, every time you compromise, every time you make an excuse, every time you quit early, you are chipping away at your self-trust. A man who does not trust himself is powerless. True confidence is not external bravado, it is the internal knowledge that you execute on your own commands. It is the quiet certainty that you will always show up for yourself. The relationship you have with time is the defining feature of your destiny. Most people treat time as an infinite resource to be wasted and managed poorly. They operate from a false sense of security that there will always be more of it. This is a betrayal of the gift of life. Time is not a renewable resource, it is the ultimate non-refundable currency. You must view every hour, every minute as a strategic asset to be deployed with precision and urgency. Stop living like you have 1,000 years left. The clock is running down, and the time for half measures and hesitation is over. You must cultivate a deep and profound sense of ownership. Total ownership means you stop outsourcing the responsibility for your current circumstances to external factors, to luck, to fate, or to other people. You are where you are because of your choices, your actions, and your inactions. This realization is not a burden, it is liberation. It means that if you own the problem, you also own the solution. It empowers you to stop waiting for a rescue and to start building your own damn ladder out of the pit. The man who owns his past owns his future. Your energy is finite and must be protected fiercely. You cannot achieve colossal goals while operating at a fractional level of energy. This means optimizing your sleep, your nutrition, your movement, and the quality of the minds you interact with. You must be ruthless in eliminating people and environments that drain your vitality and offer no genuine reciprocation of value. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Seek out the lions, the relentless, the uncompromising, and let their intensity elevate your own. Stop associating with the comfortable, the complacent, and the mediocre. Your circle must be a testament to your ambition. The pursuit of meaning is the ultimate driver of human effort. Without a compelling reason, a purpose that transcends your own immediate self-interest, your discipline will fracture, and your resolve will fail when the inevitable storms hit. You must define a mission so large, so necessary, that the discomfort required to achieve it becomes irrelevant. This mission must be bigger than money, bigger than fame, bigger than comfort. It must be about impact, about legacy, about solving a problem that the world desperately needs solved. This is the fuel of sustained dominance. You are not fighting merely to survive, you are fighting to create a lasting testament to your existence. A legacy is not what you leave for people, it is what you leave in people. It is the intangible imprint of your character, your standards, and your contribution. Most people are focused on consuming, but the great men are focused on creating. They are builders of things, of systems, of ideas that outlive their own heartbeat. You must shift your focus from merely acquiring things to mastering the process of creation. There is a necessary solitude on the path to mastery. You must learn to embrace the loneliness of deep work, the quiet hours, where you are the only one holding the vision. Do not mistake solitude for isolation. Solitude is a state of mind where you choose to be alone with your craft, to eliminate noise, and to deepen your connection with your purpose. This solitude is where the genius is incubated, where the complicated becomes clear, and where the true work gets done. The man who is afraid to be alone is a man who is afraid of his own potential. You must build an internal sense of urgency, a burning necessity to act now. The luxury of tomorrow is the weakness of the present. Every day that passes without a tangible movement toward your major objective is a day stolen from your future self. The clock is running down, and the time for half measures and hesitation is over. You must recognize that the skills and energy you possess today will never be greater than they are right now. Strike with speed, strike with decisiveness. Inertia is a silent killer. Stop looking for the magic bullet, the secret hack, the one piece of information that will unlock everything. True mastery is the relentless compounding of fundamentals, is the unwavering respect for the basics done with exceptional attention to detail. The champions are not doing anything fundamentally different from the amateurs. They are simply doing the fundamental things consistently better, longer, and more intently. They have internalized the truth that competence is the culmination of boring practice. The greatness you seek is hidden within the routine you despise. The capacity for sustained suffering is the ultimate differentiator. The man who can tolerate more pain, more boredom, more uncertainty than his competition is the man who will ultimately win. Life is a game of attrition, a long, slow battle where the victory goes not to the strongest on a single day, but to the one who refuses to quit over a decade. Your ability to endure is a skill that must be trained. You must deliberately choose activities that push you past the point of comfort to expand your psychological and physical threshold for discomfort. This is how you make yourself unbreakable. The pursuit of perfection is a paralyzing delusion. Perfectionism is often fear wearing a well-tailored suit. It is the elegant excuse to delay action until everything is flawless, which is never. The world rewards the courageous, imperfect execution over the timid, flawless plan. You must embrace the concept of perpetual forward motion. Launch before you are ready, learn in the field, adjust based on feedback, and iterate relentlessly. Progress, not perfection, is the mantra of the relentless creator. The ultimate aim is not simply success, but self-reliance. True freedom is the ability to sustain your life, your mission, and your happiness independent of external circumstances or the whims of others. You must become your own rescue. The feeling of knowing that you are capable, that you are the solution, that you are the architect of your own destiny is the highest form of power a man can possess. The final frontier of mastery is the ability to sustain momentum when the initial fire has faded. The novelty wears off, the applause stops, and you are left alone with the deep, quiet truth of your commitment. This is where the majority of potential is buried. They mistake a moment of passion for a lifetime of purpose. The difference between the perennial champion and the one-hit wonder is not talent, is the unbreakable will to show up on the dark days, the boring days, the days when every fiber of your being demands rest and retreat. You must accept that the journey of greatness is defined by plateaus, not by constant peaks. You will face periods where your effort seems to yield no visible return, where you are merely maintaining your position. This is the test of faith. This is when the weak crumble and the strong double down. The breakthrough you seek is often hidden just beyond the point where most men decide to quit. You must learn to fall in love with the unrewarded effort, knowing that every single repetition, every single hour of focus is being stored in the cosmic bank of competence, waiting for the moment of compound return. The power of vulnerability is often misunderstood. It is not about emotional weakness, it is about radical honesty with yourself. It is the courage to face your own flaws, your own failures, and your own capacity for self-sabotage without flinching. You must identify your blind spots, your personal weaknesses, and transform them from vulnerabilities into specialized areas of focus. This requires the brutal humility to seek external feedback, to admit when you are wrong, and to relentlessly prioritize learning over being right. The moment you believe you have nothing left to learn is the moment your decay begins. Your legacy will be defined not by the size of your triumphs, but by the magnitude of the resistance you overcame. Every scar, every moment of doubt, every betrayal you survived is a chapter in the epic story of your rise. Do not hide the difficulty of the journey. Let the struggle be visible. Let the cost of your achievement be clear. This is what inspires. This is what creates a blueprint for others. You are not a motivational speaker. You are a living, breathing testament to the power of human endurance. The world will try to impose its limitations on you. It will tell you what is reasonable, what is possible, what is acceptable for someone of your background, your resources, your age. These are not facts, these are opinions rooted in the limitations of the speaker. You must internalize the profound understanding that you are the sole architect of your own reality. You are not bound by history, you are bound only by your own conviction. Burn the definition of reasonable. Pursue the impossible until it becomes inevitable. The ultimate act of self-mastery is to live a life of uncompromising truth. Truth in your words, truth in your actions, and truth in your self-assessment. Stop lying to yourself about your effort, about your commitments, about your potential. Live with a ferocious integrity that radiates certainty. When you operate from a place of genuine truth, your power becomes magnetic. You become a force of nature that cannot be denied because your external presentation is an absolute reflection of your internal commitment. The only way to guarantee failure is to quit. The only way to guarantee the next level of your life is to keep moving forward. The final message is simple and absolute. Do not stop. Do not yield. Do not negotiate with the quit button. The man who refuses to be defeated is the man who cannot be defeated. The end of the climb is not the destination, it is the new beginning. Go.